My dad was a mathematics, uh, he was a mathematics teacher. I'm a statistician by training, so if I'm not the dean, I would be in the mathematics department. So excited about that. Also, my daughter right now is a first year student in mathematics. So it's in the family in some ways. So I'm delighted to see our future math majors. As I said, I'm a statistician, so connected with mathematics, but I kind of work in big data, data analytics, time series side of things. But we have a wonderful math department. We have hired 6 new faculty this year. I'm excited to see them come this fall when you join us. You'll be glad to see the outstanding faculty we have recruited. Math department has always been committed to student success, not only about their own majors, but also um, all the students on our campus have to take mathematics. So they have been emphasizing on pedagogy and training outstanding math teachers, both for K through 12 as well as in terms of our own math majors. Um, they, in fact, have a REU program, the research experience for undergraduates. They bring in students from all over the country to come and do undergraduate experience in the department. So they're committed to the high impact practices like undergraduate research, study abroad, or other opportunities for our students. They have a wonderful math club that I participate sometimes in. They have study sessions, etc. So you're coming to a very good department and very good college. So I know you have other choices to make, but I hope we are your choice college, choice university. We very much appreciate seeing you here. Again, I wish I could be meeting you in person, but I hope to see you in fall and meet you in person. Some of the things I want to emphasize is that not only that student success is our number one priority, that is your success is my priority, the priority for our faculty. We're always emphasizing striving for excellence. We want to kind of uh, take pride in the quality of work you do, we do, whether it is in teaching, research, or service. We set the bar high and help our students get there. There's good support system, whether it's in class, outside class, or for advising. You'll hear more from our Dr. Guzman and Dr. Maynard in a minute about those. They'll do a lot more than I would, but I am very proud of our mathematics department. I'm also very committed to enhancing diversity. I'm very glad to see a number of female students on the participation here. It's very important to have diversity in our mathematics and STEM in general. So I'm glad to see the diversity because we are committed to enhancing diversity, whether it is gender, ethnic, or LGBTQ community, or socioeconomic status. I'm committed to the enhancing diversity. Finally, I also kind of emphasize this, fostering harmony. That is collaboration between students and faculty, faculty and staff, faculty across the college, because mathematics is the language, it's the backbone of all sciences. So that there are lots of applications of mathematics, whether it is in physics, biology, computer science, or finance, arts. So it is, mathematics is needed for everybody. So you are choosing the right major. I'm very glad to see your interest. And with that, I'm going to pause and turn things over to Roberto. But I'll be around if you have any questions. Feel free to ask me now or email me, or you could follow me on the Instagram. I always respond to my messages, whether it is on email or on my Instagram. I'm here for you, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of you. Roberto?
Thank you very much, Dean Pantula. With that, I'll go ahead and turn over to the chair of our Department of Mathematics. And we're all here to learn what the department has to offer. Dr. Maynard, we look forward to hearing you.
Yeah, well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Dave Maynard. I'm the chair of the Department of Mathematics. And on behalf of the faculty and staff, welcome to the Department of Math. We are excited about your interest in our program and our campus. So I'm going to start off with a PowerPoint. I'm going to talk a little bit in general about the university, the curriculum, and then focus a little bit on math. So I'm going to go into share my screen with you right now. Make sure I get the live one. You guys seeing anything? Sorry. Okay.
Yes, we can see it, Dr. Maynard.
Great. Okay. So Department of Math, we have 4 degrees for undergraduates. And since we have both first-time freshmen and transfer students, I'm going to talk about both programs together. So we have a BA in mathematics. The Bachelor of Arts, and I'll show this program, talk about this program the most, because what it does is it provides a lot of options. So maybe you want to do a dual major, or maybe you want to do a degree in math and a degree in business. The Bachelor's of Arts is the degree you would work for. Then we have the Bachelor's of Sciences, and we have 3 of them. One is general mathematics, very broad, but very much focused on mathematics. Not a lot of free electives, not a lot of courses outside the fields. We have applied mathematics. So, if you're, again, really interested in the mathematics, but you have maybe a business interest, that would be the degree you might work for. And then again, the 4th bachelor's is the teaching credential. Probably about 50% of our math majors are interested in teaching. Probably the other 25% do the other 2 bachelor's degree, and about 25% do the BA degree. The teaching credential, it's kind of special because when you finish that program, you come out with subject matter authorization, which means with acceptable grades, you are ready to enter the credentialing program and you do not need to do the CSET. We do offer an MS in mathematics. You're not ready for that yet, but we do offer a certificate in introductory actuarial mathematics. So we have, again, a variety of degrees that emphasize a blend of mathematics and the specialties related to them. So this slide, and it looks a little fuzzy to me right now, but this is our general education program. I want to bring this up because Cal State San Bernardino is a regional liberal arts university. So that means we have a fairly large general education package. In fact, it's 49 units of the 120 that you need for a degree. I did my undergraduate, I'm actually an alum of Cal State San Bernardino. I really value the general education part of the curriculum. If you then really do want to get a specialization, go on and get a master's in a PE. But in the undergraduate level, you do want breadth of education. So when I talk about the curriculum, I'm going to be talking about some of these general education courses. So I'll just point out one. They call these the golden 4, right? A1 is oral communication. You need to learn how to speak. Written communication, the freshman composition, critical thinking is an A3, and then your mathematics. Those are called your golden 4. And those you want to get completed during your first year as a freshman. If you're transferring in, those should already been done. There are these variety of categories that you need to complete. And if you're transferring from a community college, you should have all of those lower division GE courses done. Lower divisions are courses that run 1,000 and 2,000 levels, and they, well, they're just lower division courses. They can also be taught at a community college. In our GE package, we have 3 upper division courses, and those I've highlighted in yellow. Those are courses you take as a junior and senior, and if you're a transfer student, you're going to need to take those. So there's 9 units of upper division. One is an upper division scientific inquiry course. This one in arts and letters is kind of interesting because what you have to do is you have to pick up an upper division course in one of these fields here. And then there's this upper division social science course. I'm just giving you some background because when I show you the roadmaps, I want you to understand what they are. So this is a 4-year program roadmap for the Bachelor of Arts in Mathematics. And again, I know it is small, there's lots of information here, but this shows you how you can graduate in 4 years. So the top line is your freshman year, and I'm just gonna look at a couple of these. So with the math program, it's assumed that you are ready to start Calculus 1. And so coming in as a freshman, you would start in Calculus 1, which is this Math 2210. Then we're going to want you to start taking some GE courses. Don't start all your GE courses and then do the math. You want to blend these together so that they fit, so that you have the right prereqs. We do want to get you out in 4 years if that's what you want to do. But let's look for the fall. Here you can see again, you'd start with Calc 1. You may bring that in as an AP score. You can challenge that course as well. Next course is a computer science course. This is an A3 category, so it's a critical thinking course. And then I think we have a GEE, that's the freshman seminar. And then I think the GEB4 is a physical science. So we want you to take either a chemistry or biology class with its lab. To be a full-time student for a financial aid, you need 12 units, but to graduate, you need to take about 15 units a quarter.
Dr. Maynard, I hate to interrupt you, but I just wanted to field a quick question.
Oh, sure.
We have a question that says, maybe they missed it, are the yellow highlighted ones upper division GE? So maybe that was on
Yes, yes, those are the upper division GEs that I'm going to talk about. I won't find them here, but when I talk about transfers, the program, they're highlighted there as well.
Thank you, Dr. Maynard.
Okay. So here's the spring. You're going to start with Calculus 2. This is the Math 2220, and I know there's a lot of numbers. I'm not going to talk about a lot of the courses, but you're taking Calc 2 and linear algebra and some more GEs. Then in the fall of your second year, you're taking some more courses and some more GE. And notice in this program, there's not a lot of math electives. And that's because really your first 2 years isn't so important in which degree you're getting. Those first 2 years, you're getting the foundations of math and working through a bulk of your general education courses. It's in year number 3 where I have one math course. I think that's discrete math. We get to take a math electives, and there's actually some free electives that you get to take. So the Bachelor's of Arts, again, has a lot of options available for you. So you might want to, again, get another major. Maybe you want to be a chemistry major, a math major. At the BA level, you can almost fit those 2 majors in at 120 units. If this were the BA in math education, these wouldn't be free electives. You would have a very set of courses that you would need to take. Okay. The next slide really has to do with those students who are transferring in. Okay, so if you're coming in through a community college that has this TMC, which is the transferred model curriculum, and you come in, we will get you out within 60 semester units. And so what you see here, I'll look at the junior 3 years. Again, we assume that you have taken well, if you're coming in with the TMC, you have taken this, so you're ready to take these.
Grade forgiveness if your school offers that.
Oh, have a question?
Next slide. Okay. So we have our beach scholarships. So this is super important. There's a lot of money out there that we are offering to students. So I highly recommend if you guys are taking advantage of that.
I'm going to ask them if you can mute yourself. One of our participants, we have some audio still over.
There's this website here at the bottom. We'll leave that up for a little bit if you guys want.
Do you know who this is?
Yes.
Who is it?
It was just one of our participants. It looks
Okay,
like
it's a participant. Okay.
we were able to address that. Thank you.
Okay,
I
very
did
good.
have one question before you go on to transfers, Dr. Maynard. I had
Okay,
a
sure.
student say they were transferring from Cal Poly Pomona. They've already taken some upper division classes. Would they transfer?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do. So, and where you want to go for that is assist.org. Because we are just starting the semester units, I think those articulation agreements have been completed. I mean, again, you would go to assist.org. Okay. This is just, again, a little bit, again, the value of the liberal arts education is, you know, why do we have so many GE units? Well, one thing you can learn about is that we have these general education pathways, and I'm going to end up talking too much, so I'm going to move around. But with those GEs, if you take the right courses, you can get kind of a certification of a GE pathway. So we have here, big ideas, digital life, diversity and social justice, environmental sustainability, global connections, and world and cultures and diversity. This is the one for the environmental sustainability GE pathway. And what you would do is, in this series over here, you would pick 4 courses. This would also be part of your GE package. So you might take, I don't know, maybe this admin 102 or 1002, leadership of global challenges. And maybe in this B1, you might take, I don't like any of those. So maybe you go to life science and you take a sustainability. And then in this one, in the next category, you might take, well, you definitely take Math 3140. And then you would take one more course and you would kind of get a certification based on that. This is our math faculty. So the department currently has 24 tenure track faculty. We have 6 experienced faculty, which is in the FERP program, which is a retirement program for faculty where they come back and teach half-time. But you can see there's a variety of faculty and their research areas. The department does value independent research, and so we have programs or courses. In fact, in some degrees are actually required where you do 4 units of independent research, really depending on an area that you're interested in. So again, if you're kind of a pure math person, you might be interested in algebra or matrix, differential geometry. And math education is really important for the department, and I'll talk a little bit about the CME, the Center of Excellence for Math Education. We're really building up on our statistics groups. That's becoming, you know, really important for people to understand how this COVID-19 is propagating. Kind of extracurricular activity, very active math club. So this is the math club. Have a couple of our professors. This is Dr. Lowe, Dr. McMurrin, and Dr. Vic Nair. This group not only helps with tutoring, but they also do social activities as well. So they'll go out and work a food bank and are active in the communities. Math majors, there's lots, as a student, there's lots of opportunities for you for employment. We do have lots of tutors, not only within the math department, but also at the Learning Center. A lot of the courses have embedded tutors where you actually will work with a faculty in a class. In math education, we do a lot of active learning where there's, you know, the instructor talks a little bit and then, or lectures a little bit, and then they work on problems. And so the juniors and seniors, or any student who's really strong in a subject, will go and help work during class period. We have what we call supplemental instructions, where our students learn how to actually manage a, I'm going to say a learning group, a study group outside of class. So with supplemental instructions, you actually attend the class, and then on the outside you have some office hours, and then you lead groups of students in study habits, and you're taught how to work not as an instructor, but help students learn. Okay, sorry, I've been on doing this all day today. The department has a colloquium. They have teas where people get together and solve math problems. So this is Dr. Stanton, who recently gave a talk on math models of the coronavirus. And so we have outside speakers. And so there's a lot of intellectual opportunities for students who are interested in participating in that. We have a math gym. This is tutoring for math majors, and it's done by math majors. It starts the second week of each quarter. We get funded for that by grants. This year, or this quarter, we've actually are doing it through Zoom as part of the what's going on right now. Okay, so I know a lot of you are interested probably in math education. Sometimes I lose you guys when I open this up, so I'm going to load this up and talk about our math. So I'm going to stop and share. This might be a good time for some questions.
So far, I don't have anything, Dr. Maynard, that's coming in, but I will continue to monitor.
Okay, so I'm going to reconnect here. You seeing anything?
Yes, we see the homepage for the Center for Enhancement of Mathematics.
Thank you very much. Okay. So the state of California has about 14 of these across California, and Cal State San Bernardino is home for the Inland Area Math Project. We have the Center for the Enhancement of Mathematical Education. And basically what it does is I'll kind of move through here. This is a great website, but it's a way where we sustain partnerships with school districts and local communities. As the video will say, if you are interested in doing becoming a teacher, what's really important is to see if you really do like to do it. And so when you start, even as a freshman, you can work so that you are actually getting a lesson plan prepared and going into a school and giving a lesson. And some students love it, and it's the greatest thing in the world, and now you know you're on the right track. And some students really don't care for it. So it's a great opportunity to see if you're interested in teaching or not. I actually was a middle school science and math teacher. And I think teaching, I'm a teacher, turns out this is the best job in the world, teaching. But whatever you do, it's important that you know how to teach, because you're going to be put into a position where you're going to have to convey that knowledge. Okay, so I'm going to start a video here, and let's hope it goes well. So here we go. Robert, is this good?
Yes, everything looks smooth for the most
Great.
part.
Center for Enhancement of Mathematics Education is a grant-funded center on the campus of California.
Maybe up the volume, Dr. Baynard.
Our projects focus on addressing related to education in mathematics from kindergarten all the way through college.
Working on it.
We work with teachers, teacher leaders, and administrators out in the local schools, and we design scholarship programs for the future math and science teachers studying here at Cal State San Bernardino.
I think that anytime you take a group of educators that are passionate about their content and about pedagogy and about teaching, and you put them all together, some really great things happen.
Our Robert Noyce Scholarship Program, which pairs future math and science teachers from CSUSB with experienced mentor teachers in the San Bernardino City Unified School District. It's a powerful experience for our students, and it really prepares them to be highly effective STEM teachers in the high-need schools in our region.
SBCUSD gains so much from investing in these individuals because it's building the teachers before they hire them. So it guarantees effective teachers from year one.
The Teaching English Learners Early Mathematics program aims to enrich the mathematical experiences of elementary students, particularly English learner students, by building communities of teachers and teacher leaders who come together to experience what math really is, asking good questions and experimenting rather than memorizing procedures. This new perspective then influences how they teach their students mathematics. The Inland Empire Math Teacher Circle is a really fun community of K-12 teachers who come together once a month for an event called Dinner and a Math Problem. The main course is often pizza, but dessert is always a great math problem that really engages elementary, middle, and high school teachers in an incredible mathematical investigation that often lasts several hours. The teachers work together, struggle, and persist, and I think it really enhances their own abilities to help their own students persevere in solving math problems.
I get to do some brain busting problem that I'm always intrigued about how they're able to take it and push it all the way down so that elementary teachers could use that in an elementary classroom. And yet, so it gives it a really low floor, and yet bring it up to a really high ceiling where I could envision them using that in a college class with students who are training to be math teachers.
Our early teaching experiences in math and science offers a scholarship to students who would like an immersive experience into the world of teaching secondary math or science. From this experience, they can then make a more informed decision about potentially becoming a teacher. And if they decide to teach, you can guide them to various pathways such as our Noyce Scholarship Program.
You got the full experience of teaching, so you had everything from planning a lesson to working with different people as you would with other colleagues in teaching, and get to work with different kinds of students. So you get a lot from the teaching experience.
Okay, was that not good video, not good sound on that? Roberto?
It just seemed a little muted, but
Oh, I'm sorry. We ran through this and we didn't realize that was a problem. But so basically it says we do have a great program here to educate teachers. You know, if you come out with a degree in math, you can get a job just about any place, not only in California, but the United States. So we really do prepare our students. We have a great collaboration with San Bernardino Unified School District. And last year, for the last 3 years, every one of our students who have successfully completed the teaching credential have gotten a job. So it's a great work environment, and it always will be. So with that, I think I am done. So I know we have a lot of people to talk to, but maybe there's some specific questions we could ask now, or maybe we should continue and then come back.
sounds good, Dr. Maynard. What I like to do is first, I think you have a great idea. For any of our participants that have been part of our webinar today, if you've got any questions you'd like to ask Dr. Maynard, happy to take them. Please just put them in the chat room if you'd like. And oh, looks like we've got one already. We have a request to show a roadmap for math education.
Yeah, let me go find it, okay?
Sounds good.
Go ahead and continue.
Sounds good. Okay, and while Dr. Maynard does that, I did have another very special guest that I wanted to introduce to our participants. While the work that our faculty and our tutors do is very critical to your success here, another component that I really must address and point out is advising. And I'm very proud that I have one of my colleagues here, Dr. Lisa Guzman, who's the director of the College of Natural Sciences Advising Centers, who can speak very briefly and give us an overview about what advising is and why it is important. Dr. Guzman.
Yes, thank you, Roberto, and welcome everyone. Yes, I wanted to speak to you about the importance of all of our resources that we have really throughout the university and particularly at the college serving the Department of Mathematics. If you haven't already, I'm sure you will hear from our undergraduate studies, advising and academic services. They have a lot of wonderful advisors there to help you throughout campus, but also our faculty. I always encourage our students to connect with our faculty advisors. Your mathematics department has a lot of faculty that work very, very closely with students all through the year. And then, as Roberto mentioned, we do have 3 advising centers in the college that serve all of our students. So we do have a STEM center, we have a health professions advising center, as well as a professional advising center. And that center really focuses primarily on your academic preparedness. We want to support you in any way that we can. So essentially what we do is we work with you through your academic plans, potentially career exploration, how that connects to your academics, whether that's over the first year or really over the 4 years or beyond. We can talk to you about adding a second major, maybe a minor. And we also provide other opportunities as well. So that could include workshops. We do workshops on burnout, on study skills, time management. And we work a lot with our colleagues across campus. So if we aren't able to support you, we know that we can help you find the resources that you need throughout campus.
Thank you very much, Dr. Guzman. I appreciate that. Dr. Maynard, were you able to find the roadmaps that we had a request for? I'm sorry, Dr. Maynard, I muted you.
Sure. I was trying to find it on the university webpage. If you go to CSUSB.edu and then look for semester roadmaps, they are there, but I am going to bring you up what I have on my computer. I don't see anything. Nope. Okay, let me try it again, sorry. No. Nah, it's not coming up. You know, I have too many windows open right now.
Gotcha. No worries at all, Dr. Maynard.
Sorry.
No, let's see what we have. This time also, if anyone has any other questions that they'd like to go ahead and pose, or they're curious about regarding the Department of Mathematics, please let us know. Let's see what I did. Okay, one more time. Not sure. I saw a file with the roadmaps, Dr. Maynard.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Do you see anything?
Yes, I see the freshman 4-year academic roadmap.
Okay,
Mathematics.
there we go. Okay, let me get this in. So this is the teaching format right here. So I'll expand it out a little bit. We won't, so you can kind of look at, maybe we'll look at this in bits and pieces. So this is the roadmap. So again, if you look at the first year, again, we're looking at Calc 1 and Calc 2. You are getting a little bit more math over here, but if you look specifically down into year 3 and year 4, this is going to be true for all the roadmaps. You begin to see specific courses. So, you know, we're just moving to these numbers, and I kind of forgot what these 2 courses are, but there's a lot into teaching pedagogy. And again, how students think, and how do you give students number sense? So when they look at a number, it kind of makes sense, so they know it's in the ballpark or not. And there's a kind of a whole thinking about when you're doing very simple math, what actually are you doing when you cancel? Canceling is a bad word in mathematics, because there's really just 4 operations that you do. So anyway, that's what this math roadmap looks like. Okay. And
Thank you, Dr. Maynard.
this is taken right off the web page. This is the if you're coming as a transfer students, what you have. You can see in this 2-year program, if you looked at the BA math, this was all electives, right? You had lots of electives down here. Well, now this is a free elective, means it could be any elective you want. It could be in math or not. Over here we have math electives. So again, in this program, you have to take so many units from category A and so many units from category B. So maybe you're interested in elementary math. You might take a math elective that's appropriate for that. Or maybe if you're high school or community college, you would take a different type of math electives. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Maynard. We had a couple of questions from the transfer perspective.
Sure.
We have one question that asks, what is the average time a transfer student takes to complete their major in math education?
Yeah, so if you come in with the model curriculum, we can get you out in 2 years. Yep.
And then another question we have is, with the university having fully transferred to a semester starting the fall of 2020, will it take longer for a transfer student to complete their degree?
I think it will actually take shorter, because now you will have, we match up better, the courses match up cleaners. So for example, when we were on quarters, I'll take the calculus series since we're familiar with that. That used to be a three-quarter course, right? If you were at a community college, you took it in semesters. So if you took the first semester, but didn't take the second semester, you would actually have to come back and do the second quarter and the third quarter course, because there was something that you were missing in the second quarter, right? Quarters are 10 weeks, 10 weeks, and 10 weeks. Semesters are 15 weeks and 15 weeks. So if you took a 15-week semester course and then transferred, well, so you've only done the math. You do 10 and 10. You haven't done the last half of the 10, so you'd have to come back and take 2 classes. So one of the great things about semesters, and I'm kind of glad we're going to it, is because it really matches up nicely with the community college and other universities.
Thank you very much, Dr. Maynard. Again,
so for transfer students, you're going to see that maybe, let's say, linear algebra at our campus was a 300 level course, but at a community college, it was a 200 level course. And so that course doesn't transfer over, because you can't take a lower division. You can't substitute a lower division for an upper division. If that does happen, it won't be a problem with quarters. You will have to make up the unit. So if you took a linear algebra course or statistics course that was lower division at a community college, and that happens to be an upper division course, and at Cal State San Bernardino, we aren't going to make you retake that course. We will make you take another math course, but it will be in a completely different field. So don't be terribly concerned about courses, how they articulate.
Thank you very much, Dr. Maynard. I appreciate that. Looks like we have another question from the audience. It says, is there a place to look at all the courses for the required upper division GE? Also, the place to find the list of courses with prerequisite.
Yeah, so the college catalog, there is a college catalog. Go to CSUSB.edu, type in the math department, and it will give you the current catalog. And it will list all the courses with all the prereqs that are required. Robert, there you go.
Thank you. I'll go ahead and share that link in the chat in just a moment.
Okay. So the math, we have a really strong student-oriented faculty here. Our lower division, there's these general education classes that really math majors shouldn't be taking. You know, there's kind of ideas of math. There's a lower division statistics course. You may be interested in taking with that. There's some math, there's some business math and kind of an algebra trig course. You may need to take those courses, but really our program starts with calculus. So those we call those GE math. Those classes we limit to 40, okay? And that's considered really small for a GE class. Our major classes are all 30 or less. So you won't ever have a really large math class. You know, we have very active faculty. They're in their office. We have lots of activities going on in the math department. The week of finals, we have a Math Olympiad where we have the master students, students of advanced standing, a couple faculty members. We open up the building. We're going to do it virtually this year, but everybody gets around and have study sessions. It's a very, very cohesive department.
Thank you, Dr. Maynard. We were able to link up the roadmaps URL in the chat for the student that had the question.
Great.
Well, else wants to look it up. And big thank you to Jonathan also out there.
Thanks, Jonathan. Yeah, we don't have the roadmaps quite up on our math webpage. I kind of wanted to go through the math webpage, but with this big change, we're just getting ready for semesters, and with everybody with all the classes being going through distance learning, a lot of our attention went on to kind of the current issue. So we hope to have the webpage with all the semester material up, well, hopefully by the end of next week.
Thank you very much, Dr. Maynard. I don't see any other questions. I'm going to put in the chat room if anyone, our students or participants want a recording, a link to a recording of this webinar to review some of the material that you and others had gone over there. We'll go and you can email us at cns@csusb.edu. Dr. Maynard, I'm not sure if there's a math email, a general one, but if we receive anything at the CNS, we can obviously divert that to the department as well.
Yeah, it's just math@csusb.edu.
Okay. So either of those emails will work for anyone that has really any questions that they'd like to follow up on later on, or if you're interested in a link to view the webinar again, to go over the material, we're happy to provide, and I'll put that up. Otherwise, I wanted to take a moment. Again, I'm not seeing any other questions from our audience. I'd like to thank Dr. Maynard, Dr. Guzman, also Dean Pantula for your welcome earlier today, Jonathan for your support, and with that, I'll go ahead and draw this meeting to a close. Let me put a URL. I mean, the emails for us, it's math@csusb.edu. You can also send any other emails in case you didn't get that one to CNS, which is College of Natural Sciences @csusb.edu. And thank you for everyone that attended. And with that, have a good day, everyone. And we look forward to, oh, I'm sorry, Dr. Maynard, this might be a great chance to let our participants know about June 1st, as far as the deadline and the commitment that many of our students are considering as.
Oh yeah, so I think you will look at different universities. You will find one that was great. That's great for you. I'm actually an alum of Cal State San Bernardino. I really appreciate it. I mean, I've talked a lot about general education, but it's good to know about with your math major. It's good to know about the world as well and the applications and how important math is. I mean, math is the language of the sciences, right? And so not only do math majors, but other majors need to know math as well. But I really valued my education here. I then actually did teach middle school science and math, as I said. I did go back. I went to a larger CSU, went to Long Beach for my master's, and my PhD was at a UC. I really felt the best education I got, especially as an undergraduate. This was the education I got as an undergraduate. It's a very strong school, and I really enjoyed the breadth of it. So I think this is going to be a great university for many of you, but we do have some deadlines. The new deadline is June 1st. I think you ought to, as I understand, it's $100. I think it's worth putting your deposit down and coming to Cal State San Bernardino, because we are a great opportunity for you. If you don't pay by June 1st, then you've missed your window of opportunity. So again, I would just encourage you to invest that in us. It is becomes part of your tuition, and I guess that's my two bits on this.
Thank you very much, Dr. Maynard. Again, this is a great department, great college, and a great university. We welcome everyone, and we look forward to seeing and hearing from you as time continues.
Okay, thank you very much. Hope to see you in the fall.